So Nipsey Hussle is mad at DJ Academics. I'm just not so sure he should be. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jack Frost, what's up, party people? Hey, before the video we will continue, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the Notification Gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Alright, so this is funny. See, I'm gonna tell you what's so humorous about this. There's a couple of things that's humorous about this. Not funny like haha, like, but funny like, well, how did this happen? Okay, first, for everybody that doesn't know, there's this guy named DJ Academics. He built a platform on YouTube, very successful platform, and he started out doing this thing called the War in Chirac. Remember that part. So now he has, a couple of different channels out there that are successful, and one of the things that he also does is he has a show that he does on Complex called Everyday Struggle. Okay, so the Everyday Struggle show was started with him and Joe Buttons. He was actually brought in as the second host, if that's what you want to call him. Joe Buttons was actually one of the minds behind the creation of the project. Joe Buttons isn't there anymore. So basically, the face of Everyday Struggle, even though they do have Nadeska, which was there before Joe Buttons left, the face of the show is DJ Academics. So, fast forward to what happened just a couple days ago. So, remember the day that Tekashi 6ix9ine had this situation that Tekashi 6ix9ine had in the airport over in LAX? Well, the very next day, that was one of the subjects that was going to be covered on Everyday Struggle. Just for everybody that don't understand, Everyday Struggle is not a freaking late night show where the guy comes on and then you talk about whatever project the guest might have with the host. Everyday Struggle is more like First Take or Undisputed. It's a debate show. It was initially created to be a debate show because DJ Academics was seen as, the new school, and Joe Buttons was seen as old school. So, that's what a lot of the content that was based around. The difference of opinions between the way that the new school perceive things in society that's going on, in the culture that's going on, and the position that the old school might have. That's basically what the show was based around. Okay, so now we in what happened the other day. Nipsey Hussle. He has an album that just dropped. I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of the album currently. I'm sorry, it slipped my mind. But he had an album that just dropped, and it actually was pretty good from what I've heard. I haven't heard it, and I heard it did pretty well so far. From what I heard, I haven't heard it nor bought it. So Nipsey Hussle was to be a guest on the show Everyday Struggle, but it seems that if we are to believe DJ Academics, there was a disconnect in understanding what the show actually was. So, first, I'll come from the side of Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was upset because he's saying when he was on a different show, because he ended up not doing the Everyday Struggle show, he ended up walking off or leaving, or they left, amicably. They both sides decided to not, Complex agreed not to have him on the show, and he also thought that it was best to not do the show or whatever the case was, something along those lines. So Nipsey Hussle left. It wasn't no huffing and puffing. They didn't have to call the police on him or nothing like that. He just left, went about his business. You know what I'm saying? Like grown ass man. So he was on another show, and on the other show, he was describing why he has some kind of dislike for DJ Academics. And one of the points in which he brought out was, he said, well, it's like in the hood, when you have a guy when somebody's fighting and you have another individual that's trying to film the fight with a camera, like, that shit don't fly, basically, is what he was saying. Part of my language. He was saying that that doesn't fly. That's not something that is acceptable. The dude that's filming, that's trying to film, he might have to, you know what I'm saying, scrap himself, because, what are you doing? This is between, two people or whatever, and we're not going to document it. Now, as far as him saying that, even though I'm in the business that I'm in, as far as him saying that, I absolutely 100% understand where he's coming from, because the type of people that he deal with and the type of people that he's around, they're not on that let's film everything that we're doing BS. A lot of these guys out here, they film crimes and then they talk about somebody snitched on them. So I could absolutely understand where Nipsey Hussle was coming from. The problem that I have with what he's saying is he's not talking about what everyday struggle is. When he says this, he's talking about what the war in Chirac was. For everybody that doesn't know, DJ Academic's, big claim to fame, or where he actually cemented his name as a hip hop journalist, and he did a great job. I loved that channel, by the way, was when he had the channel called, and for everybody that has never seen it, y'all could go check it out. I'm pretty sure all this stuff is going to most of this stuff is going to probably be new to you, and you will be entertained. But the name of the channel was The War in Chirac. Okay? So that's basically what Nipsey Hussle, when he made that comment, he was throwing shots at that channel, at what DJ Academics was doing over there. But I also say you can't blame DJ Academics. You can't blame Channel 5 for having video coverage of something that was sent to them by individuals who were committing a crime. That's not Channel 5's fault. That's not NBC or Fox's fault that some other person committed a crime and then they decide, or did whatever they did, and then they decided to send the evidence or the video footage to a news agency. That's not the news agency's fault. It's not their it's not. It's actually would be how do you say, if news is your business and you received video footage of a crime in progress or anything along those lines, or anything that was, newsworthy, and you didn't attempt to cover it or, give it a time of day in whatever your spot might be on whatever channel you're on, you would not be doing your job. So that Nipsey Hussle was upset at that. I'm not really, that I can't get behind, because it's not like DJ Academics is out there himself. When, as far as the War in Chirac series go, people had to send him the video footage. He wasn't out there doing anything himself. He wasn't going to Chirac. He wasn't in Chicago. People were sending him this stuff. So, as much as I kind of like Nipsey Hussle, he seems like a really solid individual. He seems like a solid dude. I think on that point right there, I don't necessarily agree with him. That's what I'm saying. So, when he said that, and, he used that as one of the reasons why he didn't do Everyday Struggle, then you get a little bit deeper understanding of why when he went to Everyday Struggle, and I'm going to explain to you what DJ Academic said happened when he arrived at Complex. He said, but keep this in mind. Keep everything I just said in mind. Keep in mind the fact that DJ Academics did used to, his claim to fame was the channel War in Chirac. Keep in mind that when Nipsey Hussle went to the other show, because, he's promoting his album. So he's, doing this little tour where he's going from show to show, city to city, and he's, getting interviewed. When he goes to the do the other interview and he's talking about the Complex situation, and he says, well, a guy walking around with a camera filming stuff, keep that in mind. He's actually talking about the content that was on the channel War in Chirac, not DJ Academic's current content. At least that would, okay, let's be honest. I don't know exactly what he's talking about, but that's what I would get the idea that he's talking about, because that's the only thing it would make sense for him to be talking about. It wouldn't make sense for him to be talking about any of DJ Academic's current content because he doesn't do that anymore. He doesn't do the war in Chirac anymore. So, okay. DJ Academic says when, they were doing, when he came to Complex to do Everyday Struggle, DJ Academic says he believes that, whoever booked him for the show or whatever the case is, they didn't give him an understanding of what type of show it was. He thought he was just coming there to be interviewed. Now, with this being said, anybody that has seen Everyday Struggle a few times, one or two times, when they've had when they have guests on there, would know that it's not an interview show. The guests come on, they usually ask the guests things about, they usually discuss, the culture, topics of the day. And, then they get a little plug for their album, and they allow for, when you talk about topics of the day, you get to see, inside of the brain of the guest. You get to understand, the way that they work, the way their brain works. So this is actually, in my opinion, that's a good look. You understand what I'm saying? That's a good look, from a psychological point of view of being able to understand, the things that motivates, whatever the artist that might be on the show that day. So what happens is, they come to, they all in the green room, Nipsey Hussle and his people, because, he's not here by himself. Nipsey Hussle and his people, they're in the green room. So when they're in the green room, one of the producers come up and the producer gives them the rundown sheet. Basically what the rundown sheet is, these are the topics that we're going to be discussing this today. We don't want you to be caught off guard with any of the topics. We want you to be prepared to give good, comments and to have, have everything straight so you don't go up there and be like a deer in headlights. So, and also, just so you know what you're going to be talking about, so we don't have something that, you might not want to talk about, and, we could clear all of this up now. So they give him the rundown sheet, and he looks at the rundown sheet, and one of the first things on the rundown sheet is, like I said earlier, the fight that happened with Tekashi 6ix9ine at LAX. And he says that he doesn't want to, and it's being reported by DJ Academics that he said that that's not something that he wanted to speak about. So DJ Academics go and talk to him. DJ Academics assures us that he said we can take that off of the list. It's not that big of a deal. We can take it off. We can do that topic a different day when you're not here or whatever the case might be. That wasn't good enough because Nipsey Hussle didn't want to talk about anyone. Now, the reason why I say keep in mind about the war in Chirac is because a lot of people have come on the show, Everyday Struggle, and have had issues with DJ Academics based on some of the content that he was producing when they did the war on Chirac. So, personally, I think this isn't a situation where DJ Academics was wrong. Oh, and also just y'all can understand what happened. So they came to an amicable resolve, and they all parties involved decided that it was best to not do the show with Nipsey Hussle because it's a debate show. If you're gonna come on the show and you refuse to talk about any topics, how can we bring you on the show? I mean, that's basically what the problem is. It's a debate show. We're trying to bring you onto a debate show. We bring you on the show, but you refuse to talk about any topics whatsoever. How can we bring you on the show? But I'm pretty sure that Nipsey Hussle felt like, in just my opinion, that he might have felt like he kind of got, like they was trying to play games with him. Like, what are you trying to do? Like this isn't the type of person that I am. I don't walk around talking about people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real out here in these streets. I don't walk around here talking about people. When in reality, it's not that they wanted him to talk about people. It's a debate show. It's somewhere that they discuss topics. It's not an interview show. If anybody remembers, when Joe had initially left, that was what one of his issues were. He said that when Everyday Struggle was created, they never had any intentions. at least he never had any intentions on ever having any guests on Everyday Struggle. It was never meant to have any guests whatsoever. It was just meant to be a debate show with him, DJ Academics, and a moderator as in the Deska. And that was it. That's all it was supposed to be. People were not supposed to come on the show. Joe talks very candidly about how he did not like the fact that they started adding people onto the show, that the guest was coming. He did not like any of that at all. So this definitely sounds like exactly what was going on. To me, it does, at least. There was just a miscommunication. Nipsey Hussle was he probably thought he was coming to a show other than the show that he was coming on, and so that's what happened. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this. I hope I explained that well. Let me know what y'all think about this. And is anybody else saw the war in Chirac? And if you did, let me know what you think about that. I thought that whole series was dope. I watched it a couple of times. When he stopped uploading videos on that shit, I was a little upset when he stopped uploading videos, because I really like the war in Chirac. But let me know what y'all think about that. Do you think it was like Nipsey Hussle is wrong for being upset at DJ Academics? And do you think that there's a chance that they might have tried to, pull the wool over Nipsey Hussle's eyes and try to put him in a situation that they knew he didn't want to be in? Like, because, there's no way to tell. I mean, I don't know personally. There's just no way to tell. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Yo, look, I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.